Game 3. Welcome.
Was that our intro music? I love it. Wait, hold on. It's I love it. But I need a horse's head to do that. Anyway, Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Kelton, Salic starting us off. You are tricked by the last overlay because it's not Wraith, it's Salic, who's awesome. Even though I know that he wants me to pronounce it Salic, I just accidentally, my brain doesn't register at that for some reason. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. No.
That's a lot of bands. There's some really quick bands coming out. Akali and Ari from the Baguette Brigade, and then Warrior Platypus taking out Orianna and Brand. So a lot of mages.
We saw a lot of bursts in the last game. They decided they don't want it this game. Especially that Brand taking him out.
Yeah.
And Akali banned specifically, I believe, against Phantom of Temp. We'll see if they decide to ban Anivia. I know that Lord Reeves is an incredible Anivia. Hey! The Darius ban against Delicious Seal. Hallelujah.
Fear the shadows.
I don't think...
Fear controls them.
Oh, Kane. All right, Kane out of the way as well. So I'm curious to see what Delicious Seal pulls out in lieu of that Darius being gone.
Yes, finally banned away the Darius from Delicious Seal. We'll have to see what he picks. Lord Reeves likes his Anivia, but he plays a lot of stuff. And I believe that Anivia is more of one of those farming champions. I think he always likes to be a block line. Nope, he decides to lock in the Anivia, punishing Warrior Platypus and anyone on the team that doesn't know this guy's power ranking on the Anivia. We'll have to see if Phantom of Temp, who plays mid lane a pretty decent amount, decides to try to 1v1 him in mid lane with the Callista. Again, got shoved into the bottom lane ADC Callista last game. We'll see if he gets shoved down there again. As Delicious Seal decides instead to go with the Windwalker himself, Yasuo. He is the avatar.
The pick. I like the pick, especially with the Callista. Callista's got that knock-up to start off the fight. Especially if we can get a tankier support on the side of Warrior Platypus, you could see that engage being extremely potent. I've got the hiccups really bad, and I apologize.
That's all right. Catinator picking up the Nocturne. I like that pick, especially for the jungle, even though it's a bit aggressive early. And you're not going to be able to kind of see who your counter is on the other side. When it comes to the squishier members of the Yasuo or even the Callista especially, being able to engage from a massive distance, fly your way in onto a squishy Callista or chase a Yasuo who's taking no damage because he just threw up the wind wall. Sorry, you can't block champions. You can only block all the damage spells flying through. Nocturne will fly right through that wind wall and go on into start damaging the Yasuo. As Commander C2121 picks up the Yorick for the top lane. Not a common champion. We'll see how he does when it comes to getting that split push going.
I both like and don't like the Yorick pick simply because he did take an inadvertent nerf with the Sterix gauge changes, I believe. Yes. With the Sterix gauge changes in the last patch. They did give him a slight buff to compensate, but it wasn't too much. So I'm curious to see how Commander does with this as DRF Dive locks in the Echo and is going to be diving the enemy team quite strong.
I'm tweeting.
You don't have that.
Tweeting. All right. Kaisa banned out on the side of Warrior Platypus, which is answered by the Lucian ban from the Baguette Brigade. Looks like they're both sides looking to pinch the ADC pool a little bit. I assume Baguette Brigade is leaning in on the fact that Phantom of Temp likes to take that Callista into the mid lane, and therefore they can afford to pinch the ADC role, as Xayah and Aatrox are the final bans coming out on both sides here.
Yeah, knocking out a few of those extra top laners potentially, but as the Yasuo is more likely for the mid lane, and there it is, Jace is locking in the Riven. For the jungle, could be a top laner, but it probably is more likely a Delicious Seal as he was playing that Darius in the top lane, going that direction with an Echo in the mid lane against the Anivia. So we'll have to talk about how those two face off against each other. Lord grabbing the Bard for the bottom lane, unless he's trading it with the Annie, but that wouldn't make much sense. Alkaline was a very good Bard, but this time I suppose giving it over to the Lord and instead grabbing something else for the bottom lane. It is the Varus. Not often seen, but still very strong, especially when it comes to that ultimate locking people down.
Yeah, Ultimate has a lot of crowd control built into it. Gives you a lot of a lot of ability to actually chain your combos together. I'm looking for it to pair up well with Anivia's ultimate, setting that zone down on top of some snared targets for Varus will make for some easy stuns as well as a lot of damage that Anivia can put out with her Frost Shatter combo. As River SLV locks in the Nunu, and I'm curious to see what exactly they're going to do with this, because there is potential that they send Callista Nunu bot, Echo to the mid, or Yasuo to the top lane with Riven sticking in the jungle. Or we might see something else out of Warrior Platypus. They've got a very versatile team comp, especially in the current meta where that Callista doesn't necessarily have to be the ADC and could be something like that mid laner like we were discussing a moment ago.
We'll have to see how it goes down. Looking across at the compositions overall, it's pretty darn scattered. We've got like many attempts at what you would normally consider to be meta from both teams. But as we launch into that, let's go ahead and roll to the players and their champions for the Baguette Brigade, as they are definitely French. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Lord Reese taking Anivia in the mid lane, Catinator on the Nocturne in the jungle, Commander C2121 with the York in the top lane, the Lord of Domes taking the Bard in the bottom lane, role supporting maybe the Alkaline SN Varus who played support, unless it's support Varus and ADC Bard. More likely the other way around, but it'd still be fun to think about.
And meanwhile, for the Warrior Platypus, it is Callista, played by Phantom of Temp, going probably into the bot lane. Delicious Seal picking up the Yasuo in light of the Darius being banned. Holding on teleport, so probably going into the top lane. DRF Dive taking Echo into the mid lane, with Sejace on Riven in the jungle once again. And River SLV taking Nunu into the support role.
Supportive Nunu against with the Callista paired up will add a little extra speed to those spears. One of the nice things about that Callista is the rend. We didn't get to see the last time Phantom Temp played this Callista in game 1, using that on those neutral objectives where you can stack just a massive amount of spears and rend for an incredible amount of damage. We'll have to see if that happens this game around. One of the pairings I like in Baguette Brigade is the Bard Anivia combo. Very rare to see, but could set it up in that if Anivia throws down the ice wall, preventing people from walking through it and they get caught behind it, Bard can then stun them, making use of that Q and the terrain that has been built up on the ground. We'll see if they're able to wombo combo some of that team fight prowess. I definitely think Baguette Brigade likes to fight in the jungle, whereas Warrior Platypus is looking for more of those open AoE fights with the Echo and the Riven and the Yasuo. Give me your thoughts.
I could see Warrior Platypus taking a couple of strong fights in the jungle too, especially if they can get a Nunu ult out of Brush to start off the fight. My biggest thing though, Warrior Platypus is looking to skirmish for first and foremost. The Yasuo, Echo, Riven, all three of them want to get out on the map, make the enemy spread out, and then pick them off as they spread out. Would not be surprised to see them go into a 1-3-1 split push later on in the game, possibly featuring Yasuo and Echo out in the side lanes. As like you said last game, with the AP adjustments to tower damage, Echo is going to be extremely potent in taking them because he can always phase dive into a turret, and if he's got phase dive and a Lich Bane on top of the AP changes to turret damage, that is going to be a massive chunk of damage every time Echo does that phase dive into a tower.
We'll have to find out if they can do that. Again, we're looking at Catinator on this Nocturne to make some plays happen. When you pick that champion for the jungle, it's going to need to be aggressive. You want to get your level 6, and you want to use that. We just recently saw a game in the NALCS in which, I can't remember if it was C9 or somebody else, that picked up the Nocturne and ulted, I believe, only one time that game. It took so long to start making some of those engages happen, trying to get to that back line. And there is a very squishy Callista that's a nice target for you to lock onto and try to execute before the fight really breaks out. The other concern is that Echo for the side of Warrior Platypus, who always just stir things up and makes things a bit more interesting than most players typically like.
Absolutely. Do you still hear me by chance?
I can hear you.
Am I clear?
Yeah, you're just fine to me.
Okay. I was getting a lot of weird feedback while you were talking a second ago, so I wanted to make sure that I was still connected. Okay.
It's my turn to go robotic. Totally cool. Totally cool. So, Black Frost Anivia, Void Nocturne, not as many skins this time around. Still have that Nunu bot out of River SLV, Nightbringer Riven, Sandstorm Echo, and the Nightbringer Dawnbringer Riven, paired with the Nightbringer Yasuo. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Different people on the same team. That was the rivalry last year?
Yep, that was the Versus set last year.
As we are just on the cusp of getting into the Versus set for this year, which might be I believe that is in patch 8.13 is when we get the Versus this year. Are you going to pick up either of those skins? They're both pretty sweet.
I am not planning on it, as I don't play those champions as often anymore. I might pick one up later on, but right now it's not it's not at the top of my list.
Did you not get the memo, Varus? What memo did Varus miss?
Wasn't Varus the only one without a skin?
No, because York doesn't have a skin either. And Bard doesn't have a skin. I don't know what the memo was, but that's cool. That's cool. Nunu's still hanging out in the base. Warrior Platypus, River SLV, just chilling. Just chilling.
Yep.
Aatrox's joke or taunt on the rework. Oh. He taunts with. I see. So you're taunting the Varus with an Aatrox who's not even in the game. This is a complicated layered joke. You're such a genius.
Wow, that was... Yeah, the 2 A's. I forgot about that one.
It is. The way things
Except
are.
I think the line is actually there was a memo, Varus. I don't think it wasn't. Did you not get the memo? I think the line is there was a memo. Hey, good news! My my creator suite finally decided to function, so I actually have the wide angles now.
Yay! Fancier wide angles. All right, so this bottom lane, Nunu Kalista versus the Varus and Bard. If Bard can be anything like we saw in the last game, though a different person has the hands on that champion, could be very, very strong because Nunu doesn't do much in lane. Spits out a couple ice balls, and that's about it. Who do you think takes the advantage in the bottom lane?
Because of that, I do have to give it to the Varus and Bard, although it's not a strong advantage. It depends on how well Bard can actually take advantage of the fact that he does have a stronger supportive kit than Nunu does.
We'll see if Bard can land some of these spells, as I got a new pair of hands controlling him.
Hello.
In the
Echo.
mid lane, Echo versus Anivia.
Nope, that's a Kalista in mid lane. Echo's in bot lane.
It is.
Echo's in bot
mid
lane.
lane. That's completely just... All right, so we got the Echo dive in the bottom lane, looking for these engages onto the Varus. Gets a little bit of damage. She takes a lot of harass back, though, down to under 200 health. Camera staying solid in the bottom lane because that's where all of the action is happening. Nice little Bard here keeps the Varus up and alive. He's going to dive in on the Bard, forces the flash, double stun. This could be first blood. Ignite taking away. Varus gets first blood. Now River SLV forced to flash out, as well as the Varus chasing in the mid lane. Nocturne ganking level 3, trying to land the fear, but with the flash from Kalista, able to escape underneath the turret, and a double kill for Varus in the bottom lane. Last Q to snipe the Nunu out. A crazy good play from the Baguette Brigade bottom laners.
And it wasn't just a good play, it was a big misstep on the side of Warrior Platypus once again. They're trying to go aggressive because of the fact that that's what that bot lane wants to do. They are designed to keep going in and in and in, and unfortunately for them, they were just too low at that. They should have waited for DRF Dive's potion to finish ticking. I think he still had a little bit of health left to go before that potion was fully ticked up. And as a result, they just give away those 2 kills and really cede a lot of their pressure in the bottom lane that they had through the early level 2 that they got.
Varus did not back, being low on minions. Decided instead he wanted the wave. Delicious Seal trying to just wind wall escape his way, but he's stuck between a rock and a demon place. Flashes, but it may not be enough. Catinator take an extra shot. The trade! Oh my goodness! Delicious Seal! What an incredible play! Oh my gosh! The dash, the flash, 1 auto attack. It's healed off of the Conqueror. What? Can you set up a replay of that?
Yeah, I'll get you hooked up.
Oh.
Knowing Catinator, he is kicking himself over this because this is a play that I would expect myself to make, which is not a compliment at all. As we see Catnator coming in, good job by Delicious Seal getting the wind wall up, but they don't have any really projectiles that they're going to throw at him. Here we go. So Catnator comes under the tower, takes 1 shot, 2 shots, takes him down. Like you said, the Triumph heal does come in, and they just both went in too deep there. They should have backed off, accepted that the flash was a win for them, and continued about their business. But unfortunately, they didn't set up a repeat gank here. They went for the whole thing and lost miserably.
That was an unbelievable play. Now, we did miss during that highlight because that was just too good to not watch. In the bottom lane, there was a gank from Sejaces on the Riven in the bottom lane, giving them a kill underneath the turret on the Varus. So he was a little bit of a shutdown there, taken out. But it's just a faster way to recall, I think. He's like, you know what, I need to spend my gold that I have, so I may as well take a quick death and that way go back. But Warrior Platypus, oh my goodness, this play in the top lane against Delicious Seal, who was already winning great against the Yorick, and now going to be even stronger. Starting off with some extra crit on that Zeal Commander C, trying to snare him up. Just a couple auto attacks back. We'll see how it all pans out after things continue to calm down a little bit. So Jace is on this Riven, 1-0-0, got that kill credit on the Varus. Oh, Delicious Seal gets the knockup. He has the ult. That's the last breath immediately in. Does he get actually traded out?
He's gonna die.
Despite a crazy kill. Yeah, that was unbelievable. Go ahead.
He didn't respect the damage out of the Mistwalkers there. As soon as Commander C had it. Oh, I'm gonna wait for a second.
Yeah, Phantom of Temp's gone. I mean, no mana, just a couple hops. Didn't really have much. Catnator was able just to walk in, get the fear down. Not much to speak of there, but yeah.
Yeah. Delicious Seal not respecting the damage coming out of the Mistwalkers there from Commander C 2121. As soon as he had enough Graves down to pop his last rights into Mistwalkers, he rose 3 Mistwalkers and then immediately threw the shadows out on Delicious Seal, and then Delicious Seal being at 40% health right there. Those Mistwalkers do a deceptively high amount of damage, especially at early levels. We got action on both ends of the map here.
Yeah, just a little bit of tower pushing from the York in the top lane. There is a Nocturne around the corner as well. They don't want a repeat of what they did last time. Nice stun onto the Echo in the bottom lane. Knocks him down to below half. We'll need to play a little bit on the safer side. Does have a corrupting potion, though, that he's going to be drinking up, keep himself alive. But so far, this Bard doing a decent job just kind of delaying these engages that Warrior Platypus's bottom lane wants to be able to push in.
Well, and the thing about Warrior Platypus's bottom lane too is that they went for that early fight, like we talked about. They lost that early fight, and the reason and what the end result of that is that they don't have they actually lost their level advantage. They hit level 2 first and went for that fight, and then when they lost that fight, they came back to level 3 and opponents in that lane.
Lord Reeves, nice walling off of Phantom of Temp, throws in the extra crystal, and that's going to be slowing Phantom of Temp's escape. Down under 300 health, but trying to defend the mid lane turret as Alkaline SN gonna get jumped upon by DRF Dive, backs out for the moment. The heal from the Bard keeping him up. No, he used his own heal. All right, heal blown in the bottom lane by the Varus. I thought it was just one of those little charms from Bard. The Shrine, Caretaker Shrine.
And so Jace is coming in through the brush here. Was spotted on a ward on the top side, so I think it's going to be pretty easy disengage for them.
Mistwalker spawned up there in the top lane from Commander C. Gets one to jump onto the Yasuo, who's probably playing a lot more defensively than he was last time. Oh, they're going to walk forward. Double stun immediately into Echo as well. Flash Force out, but they're both gone. Bard stuns up all 4. We get a little bit of a dancing moment for all of them as they're all going golden. Nocturne ulting towards the bottom lane. Cleans up 1 as... Wait, how did the other one die?
Bard?
No. Yeah, Bard got kill credit maybe from the tower on the Riven. And Nocturne's going to clean up a second one. So that's a huge
Yep,
trade
it was
of
the
kills.
tower on Riven.
Crazy. All right, 3 for 2 in the bottom lane. And Warrior Platypus loses out big after a nice initial dive and engage and just aren't able to escape in time. Nocturne cleaning them up. Oh, Phantom of Temp's gone. Oh, I spoke too soon.
He got the flash off. He managed to get out, but he's too low on health to really be able to accomplish anything. And if he's going to shove this wave right back into the tower and get some damage down, might be able to... No, not going to catch Callista there on the back.
Reeves playing respectfully, just making sure that he's doing what the Anivia wants to do, push those waves in. Kalissa's going to lose a lot of farm. So Jace's around the corner may try to get it in and grab that. And now that Anivia is sticking around, there is a good opportunity to do so. So Reeves not going to get too much advantage off that. Has the blue buff, I believe, picked it up from his own team earlier, from his own side earlier. Has sitting on over 1,500 gold. So wanting to be able to back and spend that, but has not been able to do that just yet. Now Kalissa's back, able to defend the turret, clean up the farm. Anivia's going to recall and finally spend that gold she's wanting to for a while. Delicious Seal finally has the minions to just dash right out of that snare from the Yorick. It's not even considered a snare.
No, it's just a circle. It's just terrain. It's just more terrain to throw people into.
I mean, there's got to be a fancier name for it. You think about like a Jarvan Cataclysm. There's some fancy name for it, but
it's Dark Procession. It's just a wall.
That's the spell name, but yeah, I guess the circular encapsulating wall tries to use it again, but the speeding chase from Delicious Seal able to grab it, has finished off his Phantom Dancer, so tons of attack speed. Riven coming swiping in through the mid lane, throws out the ultimate just to deal a little bit of damage to the Anivia after burning the flash. So both mid laners flashless now.
Yeah, it's going to be a good opportunity for a repeat gank. We'll see if Catinator or Sejaces can make use of that bit of time they've got. It is a lot lower on Phantom of Temp, though. Going to have a good chunk more time before they do have to worry about that flash coming back up for Lord Reeves.
There's some really good warding from both sides, but especially the Warrior Platypus nicely across the river as the fear goes down onto Phantom. No flash, has Ignite, burns it on Nocturne, just trying to deal as much damage, hoping the tower may be able to finish him off. Won't be able to get it though, so that is the mid laner falling once again. Paired up, maybe, I believe it is, with the Riven, who just hasn't made a big presence known in the mid lane. DRF dive around the corner is going to be able to catch these two out, but might be in trouble as he's got nowhere to go. Ult's back to safety. What a beautiful play. And the wall from Anivia going to slow things down. Bard throwing out the ultimate, not going to find him, so he should be able to escape and run away. And good play by Dive gets him out of a really bad situation with the ultimate.
Yeah, really well done, especially making sure to use that ultimate. I do like that when I don't know if he was watching the ultimate or if Lord Reeves was not, but
Commander C gonna fall again in the top lane. Yep, especially after burning the wall. Not much that can stop the Yasuo from just chasing him in. Auto attack after auto attack. 1-4 now. And the bottom lane, the double snare, gonna take out Nunu. Oh, the stopwatch holds it for just a moment longer. Still going to fall. Alkaline SN getting credit for that. 3 and 2. Feeling pretty confident at this point in the game, especially with that ultimate. It's going to make things a lot easier to pair up with the Bard. If one hits, the other's going to hit as well and could guarantee some extra kills. So Baguette Brigade feeling good, but gold is still even. Kills are nearly even. They've got to win Drake, but the game is not over yet.
Not over yet, and the gold is even because Warrior Platypus, while that was going on the bot side, actually had the top lane tower go down. Delicious Seal pushing that tower in hard, having taken down Commander. That 1-4-0 Yorick is having a rough time here as...
Yep, so Jace is
Riven doing Riven things.
Does Riven things as Sealy does Sealy things. Oh, there's the ultimate from Phantom of Temp. Throws out the Riven, gets the knock-up, goes straight in, trying to use the rest of the damage from the ultimate. However, taking a good bit of damage. There's the wall from Lord Reeves as well. The Nocturne flies in, picks up 1, picks up 2. Huge play from Baguette Brigade's jungle, doing a nice job going over the wall. And Anivia saving himself in the top lane. The Yorick falls yet again. At this point, Yorick, it may be time to trade it out with the bottom lane. Alkaline SN getting the heal, staying alive for a moment. River SLV flashes for the ult. That's the fancy play right there you want to see out of your support Nunu. Bottom turret going to fall as well. Bard holds it. Hold. Okay, it still went down.
Wait a second. Okay, now you can take it.
It just delays it by a couple of seconds. I think just having a bit of a fun as Lord Reeves comes to the top lane. This is the fight we've been waiting for. And they're just going to farm it up. Nope, Nocturne coming around this side, trying to get a fear down. Has the blue buff, dodges the tornado as well. Delicious Seal getting some damage. There's the fear landing. That's what you want to see to start it all off. The smite comes out as well. Delicious Seal gets the knock-up, but the last bit of damage from Lord Reeves takes out this top lane Yasuo, who's been a menace so far this game.
And good roam by Commander, and, or I'm sorry, by Catinator and Lord Reeves to kind of stem the bleeding up there. Commander didn't get an assist on that, unfortunately, but at least they took down Delicious Seal and got some of the shutdown gold across the team, which is the important part there.
Lord Reeves with that blue buff. Going to be feeling pretty good. The flash forward from Phantom of Temp igniting as well onto Lord Reeves, stacking up those spears. One Ren going to be enough to put him into egg form. Catinator here with the fear onto Phantom of Temp. Has the spell shield as well. The Callista is gone. Echo here trying to get in onto 4 members, but he's gone. Varus ult misses. Doesn't matter. The binding onto the Yasuo snares him up for a moment, but Riven has joined the party. Double kill for her. Chasing and the bind not going to land from Bard. Lord wants back in on that. Commander C finally getting free time with the turret in the top lane. It's a party for him up there with the minions. And Warrior Platypus win their first team fight really of the game.
And that's only because Sejace has walked in there. They were losing that fight pretty hard prior to Sejace's
walk
arrival.
into the bottom lane as well. Has the double bust, but extremely low. Nunu ult burning away will only clear at minions. The members of Baguette Brigade standing out to the side. And that is not what you want to end your team fight with.
No, that very team fight win we were just about to talk about, completely thrown away there. Sejaces and River just going in a bit too far, and River really putting that ultimate in a spot it really shouldn't have gone. The enemy team had complete vision of him. No reason for them to walk into that circle. It was just like a little circle saying, ha ha ha, you can't come to me. Oh, no, I'm dead.
Lord, the true Nunu bot. Ha 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 ha. Oh, wait, no, that's Blitzcrank. Never mind. I kid you.
Yeah, well,
I kid
okay.
you. Yasuo finding the minion of Commander C. Once again, he's going to try to get a trade of kills. Spawns the ultimate as well. Those are the minions getting some good damage down. They're trying to trade back and forth. The small minions are already gone, but Nocturne comes flying up here. It's the last breath from Yasuo. It's his last breath. Yorick getting a nice shutdown goal to himself. Diving into the bottom lane, finds the stun. The good damage onto the Varus, but can't quite get the kill before with the Bard being there, jumping out with the ultimate. There's still no vision of him, though, sitting in the ward. He's going to go over the wall. Flash in. That's the kill onto the Varus. All right, that's what you can do. You are an Echo. You've got lots of dashes. And I think Bard was just putting down a ward when he flashed over.
Yeah, just got a ward down, and then they got the flash and straight into the phase dive in order to make sure that that kill was quickly secured as Commander's getting collapsed on by multiple members here.
Yeah, push the top lane a little bit hard. That's a massive amount of spears. Ren gonna put him pretty low too. Catinator flashes the wall though, and this is a Nocturne popping off 7, 2, and 5. Oh, so Jaces wants to finish him off though. That's gonna be a quick kill. May get the Yorick as well, but decides to back off after losing a lot of health. The Ignite ticking away, and Bard saves himself with the Ignite using the ultimate. Beautiful play. Wow.
I think the ultimate was more for style there. It sure did look good. I don't know, did he have the Ignite on
I
him
think
at
he
the
was,
time?
but you can back up if you want and rewatch it.
I'm doing that.
I think he got ignited by, yeah, DRF Dive's Ignite is on cooldown. So as soon as the Ignite goes away, he just ults himself. The Echo had already died, so there was no chance the Echo was going to get ulted by it.
Yeah.
Waits for the Ignite to finish burning away, comes out of the stasis mode, and lives very nicely.
Nicely
Tempered
done.
Fate. Tempered Fate.
Tempered Fate.
Bard swag ulti. Social bun. Social made it! She is here.
Hi,
She has
Social.
arrived. It is time. But Social, you're late. This is game 3. You're out. No, you'll probably join us if we play a game afterwards, which is more than likely because I really want to play a specific team composition, which I will tell us all about in the chat afterwards. The happy face from Social. As Zeno is hanging out as well. It is an Infernal Drake for the second Drake. Baguette Brigade starting it off, but Warrior Platypus is around the corner as well. Zeno wants in, Social flying in as well. Who's going to get the Drake? That's what matters. Varus sending up 2. Nocturne steals it away, and he's going to pick up 2 kills as well. Riven is able to finish off the Yorick, but he's a squishy minion. Doesn't matter. Triple kill for the Nocturne as the last 2 members of Warrior Platypus on the run towards the bottom lane. Should be able to get back underneath their turret fine. Oh, Bard doesn't care. Throwing out his Q, his Cosmic Binding. Still wanted in on it, but looks like they will escape. Triple kill for the Nocturne, 10-3, and Infernal Drake. Baguette Brigade are way ahead as they're going to drop the Rift Herald as well. Smash down the mid lane turret. Nunu in trouble is going to get feared up the wall there from Anivia, guaranteeing another 2 kills. Second slam for the Shelly onto the inhibitor turret. Only Echo just spawned to defend. Mid lane inhibitor is gone.
Mid-lane inhibitor's gone. If they protect it for a second longer, they might even get a third charge. No, they chose to back off.
Ooh.
Dive flashes in.
True to his name, diving really, really deep.
Really deep.
Forced to ult protectively, and honestly, that's not what you want, though. His ult does so much damage. You want to be in the middle of a team fight and then ult backwards as people are trying to escape and clean them up. So far, he's had to ult several times just to escape situations that he really got himself into in the first place by flashing forward. Sometimes unnecessarily. Did get the kill on Varus in the bottom lane, but
at what cost? At the end of the day, that's what we have to be asking ourselves. Is he's doing a couple of decent things with it, but for the most part, like you said, he's using it not optimally.
He just called him social? I just called who social? Who social? Who? It's 25 kills to 16. At this point in the game, Baguette Brigade are very, very far in the lead, but it's not impossible for the Warrior Platypus to come back with some really good team fight. The main thing is they need to be able to pick off the few members that are kind of the outlier stragglers, the Yorick, or even the Nocturne. If they can take him out, it's a free Baron for them. Again, using that Callista, trying to use the advantage of having all of those spears and the Mega Rend. But really, though, the 12-3 Nocturne, that's the scary point for Baguette Brigade at this point, because they can just take him into any lane and get some free kills.
Yeah, Catinator putting in some strong work on this champion. Helped out by the fact that he's been roaming around with Lord Reeves quite a bit lately. And Alkaline here going to take some damage.
Oh, he's going to take a full murderous explosive damage from the Echo. Diving in as per the name that we talked about already. Starting to slam down the turret. There's pings for the members of Baguette Brigade who decide they send Bard in the bottom lane to try to defend, and the other 3 members are on top of the Baron. Nice on onto the Echo. The turret is still focusing on minions. Instead, there's the ultimate. Tempered Fate holds the tower for a moment longer, and the slow as well. The turret finally falls, but Bard has delayed so much time. Can they get the Baron? Catinator ulting in onto the Yasuo, trying to finish him off. He's got minions to dash through, though, trying to stay alive. Will finally fall, but that's very low health. The Baron has been stopped. Jace is not able to do much. Echo very, very low and burning away. Doesn't die. All right. I was waiting on it. Oh! Alkaline
came close to finishing him off there too.
All right, so using the ultimate from the Yorick as well, Maiden of the Mist, to kind of burn down the Baron. That's 4 members up here. What are we talking about? They only have 3. Burning it down will clean it up. Lord Reeves especially good for that. And that is Baron over to Baguette Brigade. Only the Bard not being able to have that Baron buff. And so they still maintain a very strong lead. But man, Lord burns so much time in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Mage, he bought his team time to secure the kill onto Delicious Seal and then push that Baron back down. If he's not down there, they're able to back and possibly bring a three-man squad in to reinforce Sejasis. Sejasis probably doesn't have to back if Lord isn't down there to delay.
Trying to
so
defend
good job making that call.
Defend the top lane. Warrior Platypus send 4 members. A little bit unnecessary, but they still are able to hold it as they're going to lose the bottom lane turret. Jace is on this Riven around the corner. Don't think she wants to 2v1. If she can catch one person like this Varus out of position, might be a quick kill. He's going to just hang out here by the wall, though. He's trying to get some vision, throwing down the ultimate. Jace is there, flashes over, double stun. Oh my gosh, Alkaline is gone! going right in. Phantom of Temp throws the Sejaces behind the lines of the Nivea. All right, who just hit some minions before the fight continues. Nocturne picks up 2. Sejaces says, I am out. That's the egg form onto a Nivea as well. Can the Nocturne do it all? That is the ultimate Tempered Fate from the Nivea as well. Nocturne's already gone out of the fight. DRF die will fall to Commander C, who is finally starting to stack up. Double kill now, free to push the lane. The Yasuo's Delicious Seal, very, very low health. The only one left alive. Throws up the wind wall, keeping himself alive for the moment. Goes in, dashing past Commander C. Finds the minions, getting a little bit of a heal. They are chasing him instead of focusing the turret. And they finally decide, that's it. We are going to turn with the Baron back onto the second tier turret in the bottom lane.
Yeah, just focus down the objectives at this point. You make sure you can close out the game a little bit faster if you focus those objectives and crush the towers that you can. Lord and Commander C making sure they... Oh my gosh, so much damage out of that last rights coming in.
Oh, Delicious Seal diving in after having gotten the recall. Dashes through, double man, last breath. That's some pretty good damage. And takes out the Yorick as well. Double kill for himself, showing his prowess still on this champion. But the game is not over, and Baguette Brigade still have a very strong lead. 7,000 gold. They're on to the next Drake as well, which is currently sitting at a happy-go-lucky Wind Drake. That's what you always want to see.
Another Wind Drake. That is what, like 6 for us today?
Oh.
There's going to be another Wind Drake.
Yeah, that's going to be 6 Wind Drakes in 2 games.
Yeah.
Not exactly what you're looking for. Lord Reeve's going to be collapsed upon here by 2 members of Warrior Platypus, but they've got 2 more coming around the corner. The Varus ultimate holding the Echo in place. A couple more shots. He flashes forward, but the dive uses the ultimate backwards, finally aggressively taking out the Nocturne, which is what you want to see on this champion. So they trade 1 for 1 in what could have been really bad, as Baguette Brigade had way more people at this party.
Yeah, it was definitely it would have been a bad time if they hadn't been able to get away from that. As Phantom of Temp is getting pushed back here pretty hard.
Delicious Seal going to be found out by the Spooky Ghost as well. Throws up the wind wall and gets behind double. Wall for wall, trade for trade. Dive goes in, finds Alkaline SN. A little bit more damage could take him out, but the heal from the Varus. Beautiful play. That Rage Blade really going in strong to be able to keep himself alive, as they don't have Baron buff, but just want this inhibitor a second time in the mid lane. It's been that long since they were last here.
Yeah, and as soon as they get finished taking this down, if they're able to finish it off, they can rotate immediately to the top side and knock down that inner turret. They actually get pushed back there. There we go. Now Commander C's on it with last rights, though. And yeah, you see those pings going on to the top interior turret, so that is going to be not long for this world, with a nice large wave already in on it. And there it goes.
Yep, top turret falls as well. That's 8 turrets to 3. Baguette Brigade continue to hold their strangle on Warrior Platypus. Jace is feared, walled, dead, gone. Dive goes in. Doesn't care if there's 3 members here or not. There is a Guardian's Angel keeping the Nocturne alive. He's going to revive. A little bit of a wall there from the Yasuo, holding the line for the moment. The channel ultimate from Nunu gets a bit of damage onto Commander C. This is what it all comes down to. The Nocturne dives to the back line. He's got the kill onto the Nunu. Double stun from Bard onto Dive and Seal, who's trying to do what he can. Phantom of Temp throwing some spears from the sidelines. They are able to pick up 1, but it is far too little, far too late. Flashing forward, the hops, the rabbit. He hops from Kalissa, not going to be enough. Second inhibitor going to fall in the bottom lane, as they are just waiting for minions to arrive.
Yep, and as those minions come up, they finish off the inhib, crush the mid lane wave, and here they come in on the tower.
The question is, do they try to end it now, as Anivia is going to recall? She does have teleport, so could come right back in after buying up. So Jace is on the Riven, around the corner, throws out the ultimate, wants to finish off Bart, trying to get the burst damage down, cleans him up, takes 1 out, but the Anivia is teleporting right back into the fight. River SLV, the only one left alive to defend, as the Echo comes out of the base, but he is 1v2 and doesn't have that much damage. Lord Reeves snaring him up. The Nexus is already gone. Baguette Brigade with style finish the game off 17-6-7 on an absurdly strong Nocturne.
Yeah, Catinator and Lord Reeves just put in a ton of work. Also putting in a ton of work, Lord on that bard, making sure that he made a great job of using that Tempered Fate to stall out towers when they needed to, or to stall out himself in that one situation where he had that ignite ticking down on him. Fantastic game all around. Well played by everyone. Bug splat.
Oh, bug splatting. That's what you like to see. Big
Yeah,
old.
right,
well,
right.
I wish that the gnat that was on my arm would have gotten bug splat, but apparently, apparently he's a little too strong for that. All right, honorable mentions and MVPs for the third and final game. Give it to us for Team Warrior Platypus.
All right, for the Warrior Platypus, I am going to give the honorable mention to DRF Dive. Made very solid plays all across the map. Once they actually got out of that bot lane, that was the roughest part for it. If DRF Dive had been in another lane, I think that might have gone a little bit better. As it stood though, Dive did send a report to Riot. Thank you very much, Bug Splat. Yes, Dive did well. I'm going to give the MVP to Sejaces for this game, given that the Riven did have that opportunity to roam around the map a little bit more, have a little bit more impact on the map than Dive did, because Dive had to hold his own lane before doing anything. Meanwhile, Sejaces was able to mobilize, build a couple advantages across the map, and then carry what they could forward. Of course, those advantages weren't very strong, because that Nocturne was doing basically the exact same thing, but a little bit better. That said, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Absolutely. For the winning team, is it even too much of a question? It's so hard when this team has the powerhouses of Lord Reeves and Catinator on it. I am going to start off by giving a massive shout out to the Bard, Lord of Donge, taking the 21 assist Bard. This is some really, really good play. And seriously, that moment of ulting himself to ignore the ignite was just beautiful to watch. But at the end of the day, for impact in the game, honorable mention to Lord Reeves, shoving out that Callista so hard in the mid lane, couldn't do anything, drawing power, drawing the Riven, trying to get as much attention on himself. And then, of course, the man himself, Catinator, on a unstoppable Nocturne. Just unbelievable damage. Knowing when to die was the main thing. Multiple times using his AoE kit to great advantage. Even built a Thorn Mail to deal with Delicious Seal, who was and Sejaces, the two major AD damage on the side of Warrior Platypus. So confident, had so much gold, sitting at 14,034, which actually slightly less than Lord Reeves, because Anivia is a farm monster. 256 farm. Ugh.
Yep.
Okay, I am going to say this really quick, all right? We're at the nearly 30-minute mark in this game. It was the very end of the game. 256 after all of the fighting that went on. Lord Reeves, 256, right?